So today is another exciting day for me. You can see we've got our Garden Grow Tower Project 2 chart here. We have a bunch of seeds and tags. Got the computer here, laptop, whatever. And actually it is already on the seed time. And it's on the tasks to get done for today and what needs to be done that is overdue. So, and as you can see, it's quite a sunny day. And I had somebody the other day say, "Do you ever change your sweater?" No, this is my favorite sweater. I love it. It keeps me warm. It keeps me cool. In this heat, I might actually end up having to take it off because it is getting quite warm. And I think today's high is like 72 or 75, I don't know. But it's finally warm. Today is April 13th. It is a Saturday. And so our last frost date was yesterday, or last night, should I say. So now that we are out of the woods and the danger zone, we have a couple things we're going to be planting today. On the list of things that we're going to be planting are nasturtiums, chamomile, helichrysum, the purple tomatillos. I'm hoping to get to the strawberries today. And let's see. We also have some chives I want to get in, some more lettuce, some oregano, and rosemary. We are going to prep the beds for our bush green beans. Let's see. Yeah, thyme, basil, oregano, sage, helichrysum, tomatillos, and strawberries are those that we're going to try and get in today, along with the rosemary, chives, and the nasturtiums. And then, let's see here. And it does say that I can go ahead and direct sow some more habaneros. I haven't seen the habaneros have any signs of life yet, so we'll probably start a couple more of those seeds too. I'm still debating on that. Depends on how much I can get done today. So that is all according to our seed time planner. These are all the things we need to get done today. Sorry about the reflection here. But you can see how sunny it is. So a lot of these are things that need to be done today. And then of course up here are the things that were due to be done yesterday. So we're going to jump on this and start getting. And in the meantime, while we're looking at all the seeds that need to be planted into the soil, I do have my garden tower project. Let's see if I can stick this up here. And so this is a grid of what my garden tower project looks like that they send you with. And this tells you what rings or tiers to actually put everything in. So there's what we got. And then up here are the herbs, and those are the herbs that we ordered with the garden tower project. So it does give you quite a good idea of what to plant and where to plant it. So that's what we are going to be doing today. Now on top of that, I put a lot of research and everything in this. Like I said, you see my site that I use. I also use the graph here. And then, for instance, we'll pull this out because I was just looking this up before I came out here to start this video. Chamomile. We're going to be growing German chamomile. And you can see on the back of the package, it gives you some information. Here it says you can sow it outside, put the seeds in the soil outside after your last frost date. Put them in full sun. It is a spring and summer crop. chamomile is edible, and it says to put your seeds 1/4 of an inch into the soil, firm lightly, and keep evenly moistened, which means don't let it dry out. Seedlings emerge within 14 to 21 days, and you can thin them to stand about 12 inches apart. Also on here it says that they get about 24 inches tall, the chamomile that is. I'm assuming that it's kind of like a bushy plant, so we're probably going to put a couple of seeds in there. And it does say on right there by my thumb, which is probably backwards on the camera, this is a container friendly crop. You can put 3 plants in a 12-inch container, or you can plant them in the ground. So I do a lot of reading the backs of the packages. If you watch one of my other videos on how and what to plant. Now a lot of the things that we're planting this year are new to me, just because 1, I've never planted them before, and 2, everything is in containers. But we finally got enough space and everything to do this, so that's what we're doing. And I figured I would come on and do a video to show you some of the prep that I go through and how I determine what to plant, when to plant it, where to plant it. As you guys all know, most everything that I'm planting is either in growing vertical in towers or in buckets and pots, and so that's where we're at. With that being said, that's what we're doing. So now I'm going to go through and show you that I do. Here's my little planting station. This is where I mix my soil, and this is some old spent soil that I had in some of last year's pots. And then this bucket here, we try to keep it out of the sun. You can see all the rain we've had, and that's the good fertile mixed soil that I've been keeping dry so the rain doesn't wash it out, because this bucket does not have a drainage on it. This is just a storage bucket for my soil. This one over here does have drainage, so sometimes the worms get in it, or bugs, or what have you. And like I said, it's all open, but that's okay. It'll do. This is where I mix it all up when I have to amend it and mix it. And you can see here, it's extremely wet, like very wet. That's too wet. You don't want your soil quite that wet. You want it a little bit drier than that. So if I end up using this soil, yeah, see, it's still pretty wet. I don't mind getting dirty though. And you'll see, here's some buckets I got set aside. Here's my handy dandy little shovel. If I have to empty any of the other pots from last year, we got the rake to break up all the roots and stuff. So yeah, this is my little section of how I get everything ready. My seed starting area, I guess. It's not the best, but it works. You know, you make do with what you got. So right now that I've got that all on the video here, now I'm going to go ahead and check out a couple of my pots, see exactly what else, where I want to put some of these things, what I want to put them in, as far as what pots, how I can companion plant them, and then we're going to go from there. Fill them up with soil and start the seed starting process. So I think that's all I really needed to cover today. I don't make notes, I just fly by the seat of my pants. I got a lot to get done today, but today is going to be a beautiful day, and it's going to do nothing but get warmer from here. So that's where we're at for now. So I'll go ahead and determine where I'm going to put some of these things. The herbs are going to go into the garden tower project, and I think we might put a couple of the German chamomile on one of the tops of the Dollar Tree stackable garden tower, and I think that's probably about it. Like I said, I am gonna probably, I don't know if I said this, but in my head I said it earlier. But I'm also going to start some more of the green bunching onions because I love the bunching onions. These are green onions, and you basically can eat these like chives. So I'm going to start some more of these because even after the season has passed, like after the summer hits and then we get into the fall, we'll still have some of these going. And so right before our last frost, or our first frost, I'll go ahead and pull these out of the soil, stick them in a cup, and bring them in the house. Onions, especially these onions, are ones that you can take into the house, put them in a cup, or leave them in some soil and bring them in the house. And as long as your temperatures still do good and you keep them watered, then they will continue to grow. So you can just harvest the tops. You don't actually have to harvest the bottoms. Some people do, but I like to put the green part of these, the green onion part, I like to chop those up and put them in salads, spice up dishes with them. I put them, my favorite thing is when I do eat baked potatoes, I like to put the bunching onions, just like chives, on my baked potatoes. So, and if you didn't see yesterday's video, which is being posted as we speak, processing and posting as we speak, so you'll be able to catch that one. I'll show you those green onions are going to go on these wonderful russet potatoes, russet brown potatoes, when they are ready to be harvested. So we got a lot of potatoes growing and doing their thing. So what goes with a baked potato? Well, most people say sour cream and chives. I say chives or green onions with a little bit of butter. So that's what we're doing. Yesterday's video that has already been posted, which is actually not yesterday's video. It was posted yesterday, but it was the day before, I do believe. It might have been yesterday's. I did a couple of them. But I was running from the rain and talking about what to grow and when to grow it, or how to get started. And that's about, grow the things that you eat. If you want to start eating healthier, or you want to grow things, make sure that you're growing things that you're going to eat. A lot of the stuff that I'm growing this year is new. One of the things I don't even know how to prepare yet, but I had seeds for it, is the purple tomatillo, which is right here. We acquired some of these. So, don't exactly know how to eat them, but we're going to grow them and try them. A lot of our neighbors around here do eat things like that. So not only am I growing for me and Ben and our family and the dogs, but we're also growing for some of the neighbors, because a lot of them are also like to eat these things, but just don't have the time to grow them. I've got the seeds and the time, and I love growing things, and it gets me outside. So we're growing a lot of things today, and starting a lot of things today. We're growing a bunch of things this year. A lot of them I've never grown before, but I do like to eat them. One of my favorite things that I've been so excited to grow this year, and I like to eat pumpkin pie, and I like to make pumpkin pie, and it is extremely good for your animals to eat pumpkin, especially your dogs, and wildlife. If you have your pumpkins, when you gut them for Halloween, take all your inside guts and gooey stuff, toss that out in your backyard if you got a backyard like ours that's open for the wilderness, or take it out to a field somewhere and dump it out in the field. The pumpkin seeds are good to deworm a lot of our wildlife, especially our deer. So this year we will not be doing any of that because I am going to be using it. What we don't use to cook, then, and the kids next door will be using some of that to make jack-o'-lanterns. But we're going to use the pumpkins, and I'll bake them up, and I will be taking all the innards, drying them in the oven or the air fryer, and that way we can feed them to the dogs. Then I'll go ahead and bake the pumpkins, make them into mush, and I don't add anything. I just bake them and then squish them with a mashed potato masher and give them to the dogs. It's very good for my dogs. My dogs love pumpkin, along with cucumber, which we're growing this year as well. Some of the carrots, if we have good success with those, which I'm probably going to start some more, I give the dogs carrots as well, and they love those. Green beans are another good one, and so are peas. Although this year, I don't think the dogs are going to get much of those. Depending on how much we harvest, those I'll probably be eating for our family dinners. But hey, it's the fun of growing it, the experience, and again, I'm growing most everything that I'm growing is something that I'm going to eat, my family's going to eat, my animals are going to eat, and of course the neighbors and their children will be eating. The one little boy next door loves strawberries, so we're growing some strawberries for him. And the other little boy next door loves the ground cherry tomatoes, which I've been growing those for a couple years now in buckets. And so they always get excited when they see all the buckets coming out and I start growing things. And so today, when it gets time, then we'll go ahead and start some strawberries, because today is the day we start the strawberries, as you see. And we'll grow the strawberries and see how those turn out. So then the little guys next door can have some fresh fruits and enjoy growing them. And they're actually going to be learning how to put them in the soil and watch them grow, and then they'll be able to harvest them. So that's exciting. I will not be doing a video with those children for the pure fact of we're not going to be putting the children on the internet. It's just a security thing. We don't want to be exposing the children to all of that. But I will do a video and show you exactly what we're doing and how we're starting the strawberries, so that way you still get the experience of checking that out. And I will give you updates on all of that, along with everything else I do updates on. But so grow things that you like to eat, and once you figure out how to grow things and you've got that under your belt, then if you have neighbors, or neighbors with kids next door, and you find that you're growing more than you can eat yourself, then start growing things. There's a bumblebee over there. Start growing things that you can also share with your neighbors. It's with this economy, it's really a good thing to grow your own food so you know how it's grown. I don't use any synthetic artificial fertilizers. So all of our food that I grow is all natural and organic. And so we know what we're putting into our body, and we know that it's going to be good and it's healthy for us. And like I said, and then we get to share it with all the neighbors, which is always fun too. I like watching the kids get excited when they come out and they're like, hey, Miss Jessica, look, there's something growing. And we go through the tags and they watch it. So they get to watch all of that, and they're very excited to see that this year. More than just the tomatoes and strawberries this year. So that's going to be really fun. But now I'm just rambling on. So let me get some buckets prepped and get the soil mixed up and everything. And then I will come back and do another video, because this one's already 20 minutes long. Holy moly, I just talked too much. But I'll do another video and show you exactly how I'm growing, or how I'm putting these things in the soil and getting them started, and what containers we're going to grow. So with that, stay tuned for part 2 of the starting seeds after your last frost date. And remember, you are someone, you do matter. I love you, and I will see you in a little bit on the next video. Until then, ciao now.